mark my words, today we're at the Playground 2.0 in downtown Santa Ana, opened in 2011. This is going to be a culinary experience, an Epicurean delight. It's a prefix meal. You pay your tickets to get into 2.0, and the chefs just really, they play jazz. They just go for it. Basically, you have no say in the matter, and they cook and you eat. Tip and tax are included. Drinks are given along with the meal for pairing purposes. I'm real excited to give this a shot. Stay tuned for more. I'm going to give my thoughts on Playground 2.0. Can't wait. Playground 2.0.
Restaurant diners come from underneath their bridges that they live in and whatnot, come in and are just hard to deal with. They're just not people who go out to dinner all the time, not people who love dining. Instead, people who just feel this pressure to take someone out, go out on Valentine's Day, feel like they should have the world at their fingertips, and get frustrated when it doesn't work out perfectly for them. Now, it's not our preference to interact with those people, which is why this right now is such an amazing group, because these are people that decided instead of one date being so special, they'd rather come and have a really awesome experience. And that's what our goal is tonight. Now, normally, in this room, we make 6 large plates of each dish. We place one between every 3 people, which kind of forces people to make new friends, people to make new acquaintances and whatnot. And obviously tonight, besides your group, our goal is to put one plate in between each couple and allow you to enjoy some very, very delicious stuff. You know what? Maybe it is. Maybe I got it wrong. But anyway, what we're doing tonight is all about really decadent bites to enjoy with your loved one. Okay? Now, for those of you who are privy to it, I was just gone for a month. I got to go on an incredible trip where I worked at an unbelievable fish restaurant for 2 weeks in Sydney, Australia. Then I spent 5 days in Bangkok, and then 11 days going up and down Japan, and it's really, really incredible. So naturally, we got some stuff tonight that's inspired by that trip, because I'm really, really excited to share with you. Now, in general, our whole goal here is just unabashed deliciousness. That's really what we're going for. We are not particularly people that see an idea in our head and try to make it look like that on the plate. All we want is to give you a bite of something that's more delicious than any time you've ever had that thing before. That's really our goal. Now, our first course is the same first course we almost always serve. It's coming out of the oven in 3 minutes and 32 seconds. It is called the freshest bread. And it's not bread that we baked earlier today that we are reheating so that it feels warm to the touch. Instead, this is dough that is turning into bread right now as we speak. So in 3 minutes and 18 seconds, Justin and myself are going to race from the oven to these handmade wooden plates adorned with our house-made cultured butter and get that bread in front of you as fast as possible. Now, anyone in this room reaches forward, touches the bread, and is surprised that it's hot, fuck you. Of course it's hot. It's roughly 350 degrees. And if you're surprised that that's too hot for your fingers, we can't really help you. Now, you don't have to touch it right away, but if you do, you should be warned. It's quite hot. Now, after that, we'll be going into a dish that I personally believe we perfected in the 2018 calendar year. It's called the Ride or Die Salad, and it is not as much one recipe as it is a state of mind. So we use creamy acidic vinaigrette, some local baby greens from an unbelievable farmer friend of ours, and then we use crunchies, chewies, fresh fruits, and dried fruits. So you'll be invited to dive in and have as much or as little as you enjoy of that salad. Now, after that, we'll be going into truly one of the most sinful bites of food that I've ever had. It's a creme fraiche panna cotta with salted caramel and Pacific white sturgeon caviar. The idea of caviar and caramel might be a little strange at the very beginning, but what's one of the biggest fads over the last 3 years? salted caramel, right? What's the most expensive, fanciest salt? Caviar, okay? It fucking works, I promise you. It's gonna be amazing. And then we've absolutely stepped up our fish game as well. Naturally, when I went and worked at one of the best fish restaurants in the world, it would be impossible to come back and not have taken some things from that. Now, one of the most impressive things about the place that I worked is the fact that they were getting fish so fast from the ocean. It's like 8 hours from water to delivery at the restaurant. That allowed them to remove all of the organs and gills and get those out, and then they actually dry age that fish for quite a while, between 3 and 14 days. Now, the entire time I was there, I was taking pictures of almost every single fish that came in through the door and sending them to our fishermen that come right off our coast here. And a gentleman named Grant Trolley operates a boat that goes to San Clemente Island. He was the one who was most excited about working with us. So they actually were going out at 5 p.m. and delivering us fish at 11 a.m. the next morning. Now we have a very beautiful rockfish that he brought us. We'll be doing a sashimi of that, as well as a fish that we've imported from Australia that we made the connections with at the restaurant I was working with. Now that'll be paired with our stunning imported Japanese soy sauce and our beautiful fresh wasabi as well, mostly because I want to use my new wasabi paddle. That's full truth right there. That's 100% lie. Now, of course, we'll have some incredible, beautiful high-end meats just grilled over our charcoal later tonight. And a couple other secrets that I won't tell you yet. Now, anyone who wants a fresh plate at any point throughout the night, you just take the plate you have in front of you, slide that forward so it overhangs on our side of the bar. We've got stacks and stacks and stacks of plates around the room. We'll be happy to get you one anytime you like. Now, once again, questions about food? Jason, Justin. Questions about alcohol? Not Jason, not Justin, only John Dale. Okay, he's the only one who knows, okay? Definitely ask him if you want to know what you're drinking, and us if you want to know what you're eating. Now, on that note, Fred's ready right now. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Best of luck. Here we go. That's pretty nice. That's how you make tacos.
That's pretty delicious.
The hearts, the spleens, the roe, and the milt of this exact same fish, cooked for like 10 hours with like tons of flavor. I promise you, if you're thinking it might be yucky and fishy, it's not even close, okay? I promise you, it's very, very good.
You caught that in Australia?
No, this is a local fish caught right off our coast at San Clemente Island. We're bringing around some tamaki gold rice, which is the perfect way to add a little bit of that XO into it and mix it up and get that full flavor. I was recently asked, is it more challenging to be creative with meat or with vegetables? And for me, that was one of the easiest questions I've been asked in a long time. It's almost impossible for me to be creative with meat. The last thing I want to do is put a sauce on this. You know, I want to get something that's so good that all it needs is salt and some heat. And then it could be the best piece of steak you've ever had. The nightmare for me is, oh, this sauce is so good. The sauce isn't what's important here. It's the incredible work that went into producing this beef. Now, this beef comes from Papillon, Nebraska, from a very small farm, like 20 cows a month, called Imperial Wagyu. This is the outside skirt steak, my #1 desert island piece of beef right here. And this is my favorite meat on the planet. It's got a very long and pretentious name. It's called the Iberico de Bellota Secreto. And it's a piece of pork that comes from Salamanca in Spain. For the last 110 days of this pig's life, they actually lived in the area of Spain where this pig has been living naturally for over 6,000 years. The secret is the name of the cut. It's the pork is called Iberico de Bellota. The de Bellota means of acorn, because these pigs eat their favorite food, which are acorns, and that's what all they eat for the last 110 days of their lives. If they gain 300% of their weight eating acorns, they're given the grade Iberico de Bellota. Very few pigs a year are getting it. Both of them have just been seasoned with salt, and they'll just be grilled over the 1,000-degree white oak charcoal.
Wonderful thing to do.
deliciousness.
Unabashed deliciousness. Wow. What an amazing evening had at Playground 2.0. Thank you, Jason and Justin, for serving such amazing, delicious food. It was transcendent. It was an Epicurean delight. Hope you don't mind me sharing some of the footage I took that night to share with those who might not be experienced with your restaurant, understand or know. Now perhaps they will. Not that you need any of my help to drive that business. I know how busy your restaurant is and how many people know how delicious it is. I just had to understand it for myself, and now that I did, I can't wait to go back. That creme fraiche panna cotta with caramel and caviar, aka salted caramel, that was amazing. Some people don't like caviar, and I do, and it was amazing. And that bread that came out of the oven was just warm, and the meats that you served were, they were juicy, they were seasoned perfectly. I don't think I've ever just had meat taste that well. There was fish, there were salads, there was desserts, there was great wine pairings, and actually just good conversation and chatter amongst the chefs and the patrons there. It just all together was a very special occasion that I hopefully captured to some extent on this video, and I hope that if you haven't gone, you will. I can't wait to go back. This is now my restaurant for go-tos, right? For birthdays, anniversaries, special occasions. I will be taking people there. I will be looking forward to going back to experience new foods that I haven't tried before, because I trust how they prepare things. I mean, it's a little daunting going to a restaurant and not having any say in what you're going to eat, and just that blind trust to expect you're going to like it, and I did. It's actually quite liberating, knowing that they're going to serve you food that you might not like, but it's cooked so well that it's worth trying. I mean, I ate some foods that I didn't ordinarily, and because of it, now I've opened my eyes to, oh, maybe I'll try that again. The Playground 2.0. Wow. My friends had all told me about it. I'd been to the DTSA location, downtown Santa Ana, just Playground restaurant, a few times, and just every time I went, I just was blown away. So I was ready for 2.0, and as much as I'd heard about it and was eager to experience it, it surpassed my expectations. It really did. So I'm here a few weeks later. I meant to do this review a lot sooner. We went on February 15th, day after Valentine's Day, and it was the best thing. I give it a 10. Here, the experience is so interesting. The dynamic with the chefs, the food being prepared in front of you, and then the food is better than anything you've ever had. So I feel that whatever the cost is, you get, right? I mean, you get food, you get wine pairings, drink pairings with your food, tip, tax, all taken care of ahead of time. So you get your tickets and you don't have to worry about any of that. You just go and experience it. And I tell you, it's so liberating, and it's such a fantastic knowledge that to know what you already paid for in the beginning, and you just walk out very full and very happy. Thanks for watching Mark My Words review on Playground 2.0. Actually, less a review and more just an overview of the experience. A little bit of a hybrid there. In any case, give me any likes, any comments, please subscribe. Appreciate the Playground 2.0 staff being so great. We'll do it again soon. Thank you.